Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and film a little something for you all. A couple of you are asking me to break down triangle pose in recent weeks, and this is a pose that features quite a lot in my practice. I absolutely love it. It's a really great stress buster. It's been proven to reduce anxiety. It stretches out the chest, the hips, the hamstrings, and requires quite a lot of strength. So I do love it, and I do use it a lot in my classes. So I just wanted to provide that little bit of an asana inspection, an asana lab in this video for you. So first of all, triangle pose, we start with, you can see my mat's a bit roughed up, but you can see my mat's got a lovely line on it, and when we look at Warrior 2 we think about practicing on one line. Now triangle pose is the same, so if you go ahead and pop your left toes forwards for me and send your right toes to the long edge of your mat, or imagine that you're on a mat, and then take a nice wide stance. That's about 2 or 3 feet wide depending on how long your legs are. It's not ultra wide, you should feel quite comfortable here when you stand up like this. We want both legs to be as straight as possible for as long as possible, but you don't want to lock this front knee out, so don't let that hang back there. What you want is a little micro bend in the knee, so it's engaging. We've got lots of things to think about in triangle pose. So it's the feet connecting to the floor, maybe imagining that you're gripping the floor almost with the feet. You've got the thighs drawing in towards one another, but then also this kind of outwards motion in the legs as well. So it's push and pull inwards. If we just take the hands to the hips, we can send the chest to the side. As we do that, you'll feel that automatic urge to swing the hips the same way. Let the hips stay where they are naturally as you move your legs this way. Keep them in this position and don't let them move. That's where the strength comes. The chest is opening to the side as much as possible, but the hips stay where they are. So you should feel that engagement there. We engage in the lower belly. I always say to you, tuck your tailbone in. You probably wonder what that means. In triangle pose, this is really important. What we could do is we could kind of dump into the hip, into the lower back a little bit. So we want to engage, we want to tuck the tailbone underneath. It's kind of like you're zipping up jeans. When you engage, keep that micro bend in the knee as you do it, because it's quite tempting to scoop everything in and then lock out the front knee. So little tiny micro bend into the front knee. We keep the hands on the hips and we lean. Imagine that you've got a string on the crown of the head. Lean over to the side. Keep engaging in the thighs, drawing together, engaging in the lower belly. And this is your basic shape of triangle pose. We come all the way up. Let's do that on the other side. So you can switch your feet. We can just wiggle our feet and rise up. You engage the lower belly. Little micro bend in the knee. The thighs draw towards one another. Grip the floor or your mat with your feet. Send the chest all the way to the side. It's like a side bend, but you're extending out through the crown of the head. All the way up. Let's go back to the original side. Now, triangle pose you can do with a block. If you're at home, maybe you're using a book or similar. You can do that. Otherwise, just taking the hand down onto the shin is absolutely fine. I'll demonstrate both. So as we start to use the arms, we reach the arms out. You imagine that you're on one long line being squeezed in together. Squeeze the thighs towards one another, tuck that tailbone, engage the core. Chest to the side. You look over that front middle finger. In this case, it's your left middle finger. Pull forward, keep your arms as high as possible for as long as possible, so don't let them drop. And then we start to tilt. Now, we don't want to collapse here. We want to keep pushing up. So you can connect your hand to your shin and kind of push away. You draw in through the lower belly. We keep engaging. And we reach that top hand up to the sky. So this bottom hand could come down onto a block for a little bit more space. The most important thing here is everything that's going on in the centre. So the lower belly engaging, tucking underneath. You've got lots of different ways that you can come out, and when we do this in flow, we do different ways. So you can take the top hand down and come out that way. This practice version will come all the way up and out. And if you're using a block, take it over to the other side. So do that on the other side. So the right toes are forwards, the left toes are towards the long edge of your mat if you're on a mat. Opening out through the arms. Looking over that front middle finger. Chest to the side. Engage the hips. Make sure the knee tracks over the front toes. Pull forwards, and it's almost like a little hip pop, but not so much that we're losing that engagement of the lower leg. So keep tucking underneath. Reach, reach, reach. Keep the arms as high as possible for as long as possible. And then we tilt down. So you can take your bottom hand to a block if that's your best way. If that's the way that it feels best for you. And keep engaging in the centre. So there is an element of pushing out through that back hip, but we want to keep ourselves engaged and space in the lower back. Let's come all the way out. Wiggle your feet together. Thank you. I hope that helps with a little bit of breaking down of triangle pose, and then you can use that in the coming weeks for your home practice as well. Triangle pose is such a great pose. It opens up the chest, feels that strength in the core, stretch and strengthen the legs as well. So hopefully that kind of myth busts a few of the things for triangle pose. Thank you for watching. I hope you're well. Namaste.